All right, everybody, welcome to class on Tuesday. Let's do a quick little ed puzzle to get you warmed up and to keep us thinking about simplifying rationals. Now, on Friday, when we talked about simplifying rationals, there was a four-step process. The first step was factor. The second step was restrictions. The third step was cancel. And the last step was remultiply. All right, in some way. So let's go ahead and check out those four steps. First and foremost, we're going to factor the top expression. They both have an n, so n and n plus 3 would be a factored version of that thing. On the bottom, I'm going to factor n squared plus 2n minus 3. I don't actually use the area model as somebody who's done this for a long time, but I can surely do it right now. Here's a 3, here's a 1. We need to make sure the positive 2 is... We need to make sure the 2 is positive, so we're going to go ahead and put plus 3 and minus 1, and here we go. So n minus 1 and n plus 3. All right, so factoring step done. Now let's go ahead and talk about restrictions. There are two restrictions. The first one will come off of the first piece of the denominator, and the second one will come off the second piece of the denominator. So we have two restrictions. N is not allowed to be 1 or negative 3, right? I have to check both of those things. Done. Third step, cancellation. I use red for cancellation because I like it. I'm looking for things on the top and the bottom of my factored version to cancel, and I see n plus 3 and n plus 3. So canceling, done. That does not cancel out, by the way. That does not cancel out this restriction. That restriction is part of the problem. And with that case in mind, let's go ahead and do our last step, which is, let's get back to green, remultiply. Now, remultiply, oftentimes there's not a whole lot going on in remultiply. On easier problems, there's almost nothing going on. So here I have an n. On the bottom, I have n minus 1, and there's nothing else there. There's nothing even to multiply, so we just write n on top and n minus 1 on the bottom. We write our restrictions. N is not allowed to be 1 or negative 3, and we're done.